you guys are all Wilson from Home Improvement right now. Standing over there. Okay, thank you all for being here. This is so exciting. I figured that we would do just a quick Q&A as you get to know each other a little bit, and then we'll do selfies and book signings and just become best friends only for tonight. Okay, so let's answer some questions. Yes?
How's your experience in Chicago?
How's my experience in Chicago? It's been really great. You guys are nice. Very nice. Which is like weird. I feel like you're scheming something. It's been really great. The view of Chicago from my hotel room seems cool. It seems like there's a lot to do next time that I come and have time. But it's been great. Unfortunately, I can't do cheese, so all of your pizza, I've just been staring at it. Real deep. It's real deep. Yeah, that's going to be the pizza place I open up here. Great. Any other questions? Yes, I see a hand. You, both of you, at the same time. Just kidding. You can go ahead, Bam, first.
What was the best present you got at your meet and greet last night?
The best present? First of all, it's very weird. Not weird. It's kind and sweet and nice. We got so many presents last night, and it always feels strange because we don't ask for presents, unless I feel like Mamrie might have snuck it in. I don't know. She loves gifts. It's all nice. I mean, honestly, the greatest thing that we love that we get a lot are letters that are really personal and really sweet, and they always, if you've had one too many glasses of Chardonnay and you're in a hotel room by yourself and you read a really sweet letter, sometimes it's nice to just feel things. So yeah, those are always the best, totally. And then behind you.
Who was your favorite guest on your podcast?
My favorite guest on my podcast, there were a lot of great guests. Flula, of course, is a great guest. I feel like there should just be a camera on him 24 hours a day. Like, how can we get him on Big Brother? Like that. Yes! But just him, no one else. He was great. Also, Rhett and Link were really great because their podcast, I don't know if you've ever listened, if you haven't, you should, is very deep and very personal. And so when they came to do my podcast, I didn't tell them anything about what it was. So they were so hesitant and nervous the whole time because I think they were waiting for me to ask really personal questions, and I definitely wasn't. So they were really great. They were good sports. Yeah, everyone's been great. I've also my short-term memory, I've instantly forgotten all of it. So when the episodes go up, it feels like I'm watching it for the first time with all of you guys, which is cool. Yes, over there. Yes, you.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Thank you for that question. Okay, anyone else?
What first inspired you to pursue comedy?
The first thing that inspired me to pursue comedy were my brothers. I have two older brothers, an older brother and an older stepbrother, that are close in age, and they would make sketches and film them for different school projects. And I've talked about this before. My stepbrother made this film for college that my family got to be in as part of it. Tim has a very great role in it. I highly recommend. But they were always so funny, and they introduced me to Monty Python and to Mystery Science Theater 3000 and all of these really hilarious things that I didn't even know at the time were actually funny. I would just watch them watch it and laugh, and I'd be like, me too! I get this. So I always wanted them to think I was funny because I thought they were so hilarious. So definitely my brothers. Yeah. You.
Hi.
Hi. Your head looks great.
How much do you miss Goose?
How much do I miss Goose? Oh, she's really sweet and awful. I miss her a lot. She's very sweet, but thankfully the dog boarding place that she stays in now, they love her very much there, and so it's really nice to know she's got good people taking care of her. And now the dog trainer watches my videos. Because someone that works at his facility saw him in one of my videos, and he told me about it when I went to drop her off, and one of the employees there came out, and she was like, "You're funny. I watched that video about you making white trash candy corn." And I was in my never come back. Oh no, but they're really sweet, and so I'm glad that now she has a place to stay since I'm traveling so much, and then because she gets bored at my house. Like, she's so used to now being around other dogs and having like people in and out that when it's just me and her, we just stare at each other. So I feel bad. Yes?
My friend has a question.
Of course.
Sure.
What does great use of friendship?
I have
Hi.
a question about Camp Dakota.
About Camp Dakota.
The first time that you watched it, please tell me that the scene with the dude with the curly hair,
Mhm.
he was like maneuvering the shovel.
Oh.
Please tell me that stood out to you. That was like the funniest part of the movie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. When he was doing, wait, which part is it when he's trying to dig into the ground?
He like jumped on it. When Mamrie is on the dryer.
Yeah, oh, yes, that's right. Yeah, because his name is Cameron in real life, and he's hilarious, and that was his first. Oh, if you couldn't hear, they asked about Mamrie's love interest in Camp Dakota, all of the scenes of him trying to do his handiwork, not working out. Did that stand out when we watched it for the first time? And it did, because they would film with him without us around, so we had no idea what they would shoot with him at all, or if they'd even shoot with him. And so when we watched the movie, we like when he's taking the outhouse and like slamming it on the ground, we were like crying laughing. We had no idea that was happening. He was also really, really nice, and I'm sure you've heard this story. Mamrie had to jump on him to make out with him at the end, and he was so sweet and so nice, and it was his first job, and he didn't want to cause like any issues, but he like whispered to Mamrie, he's like, I have severe back problems before that happened. So, and also Mamrie is allergic to beards, so it was like a terrible combination. So they only did that scene twice, which I could have watched it all day. All day. Yes?
What's your favorite TV show that you've binge watched?
My favorite TV show that I've binge watched is definitely any Real Housewives, any franchise, any of it. It makes me feel like I'm making good life choices. I feel like in comparison, my style is on point, and also like just my overall system of morality is cool and in check. They're great. God bless those women. Yes.
What advice would you give to someone who wants to write a book?
What advice would I give to someone who wants to write a book? Do it. Resign yourself to the idea that you will get sad at some point writing it, and it will be hard. But when it's done, it's such a cool feeling. I imagine that's what pregnancy is like. When you got that thing in there, it sucks. But then when it comes out, you're like, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I'll lean back.
What's your favorite guidebook that you've read?
What's my favorite guidebook that I've read? That's a good question. Well, I've read a lot of guidebooks that weren't totally helpful. When I got out of college, I got really into self-help and that whole genre, and so I would read a lot of, excuse me, gross, sorry, self-help books, and they just seemed really generic, and they seemed like they all said the same advice. And I've been around a lot of life coaches, and you know, they're doing really good work, but I felt like it didn't speak to me personally. And so I remember reading, what is that, the Artist's Way, or I started reading The Artist's Way, which is a big handy book for people that like want to be creative. And it's really great because it gives you a lot of activities to do, and it, you know, kind of forces you to do something. But still, I felt like, I don't know, weird disconnect with it. So I really just wanted this to feel like different and like me when you read it, that you're talking with a friend, and it's not a Bible, it's not the way to be, but it's a way that I am being right now. Yes?
So first, where did you get that necklace?
Where did I get this necklace?
Yes.
I think...
I swear that's not my question.
Oh,
no,
it's a great
I've been
question.
watching you and I just really like it.
Oh yeah, say what's on your brain. This necklace, I think it's from Topshop, but it's like wearing away on the side, but I bought this and I wear it a lot because it's kind of become like a lucky thing, I guess. Also, I feel like it makes me seem like, oh, she took a second to accessorize. She clearly cares about her appearance and how she exists in the world. So, yeah.
Okay, wait, and then where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years? Like either on YouTube or I guess in life?
I see myself in 5 to 10 years.
Okay, maybe 2. You want to?
2 years, okay, because I'm gonna die. But I don't know if his liver's gonna make it. In 2 years, I am not sure. I'd love to maybe have a second book. That would be very cool. I'd love to have other projects like Camp Dakota that I've worked on with friends exist in the world that I feel really proud of. I'd also like to be happy generally as a human being, and for Goose to maybe like calm the fuck down. Yeah, I think that. Yes.
What's your favorite Halloween costume that you've come up with over the years?
Oh, my favorite Halloween costume that I've come up with over the years. I really liked dressing like Hannah Hart. It was really fun because she was in town and staying with me when I was doing that, and so we were just like laughing so hard at me trying to look like her. And like I put her in the video for a second for like a split frame, and it was just really fun. I really the One Direction costume from a couple of years ago seemed to get like I thought it was so stupid and like didn't really even like it when I came up with it, but then a lot of people really liked it, and it's a super cheap costume. So
I was Instagram the last few years.
You were?
Yeah.
That's Instagram takes effort because it's like a show and a costume in one. But God bless. Yes.
What's your favorite thing about being a YouTuber?
Everything is cool about it. I think my favorite thing is that it's still so unexpected for me. You know, I went to college thinking that there'd be a career path in traditional entertainment, and I think my favorite thing about it is that I like it so much, and for me to like something so much and to be able to call it my job is awesome. It's like the only thing I've ever wanted to do, and I think the only thing that my parents have ever wanted me to do is like be happy. That's the only thing you have to do. It's your only responsibility, and like make money. So I think it does both of that for me. Yes.
How did you get Goose or adopt Goose?
I got Goose off of a family on Craigslist, and I imagine that, you know, women get that pang where they're like, I want a baby. I moved to Los Angeles and I got a pang where I was like, I need a dog. And to the point that I would be on Pet Finder all night long, just like looking at dogs. And Mamrie and I would send each other photos of dogs saying like, what about this one? And then I had a friend that had a Boston Terrier, and Hannah had convinced me that, you know, French Bulldogs were amazing. So they listed her as a Frenchton, a French Bulldog Boston Terrier mix, and they didn't have any photos. And this is like, I've never used Tinder, but I imagine it's like this. This profile doesn't have any photos. That's sketchy. And I texted the number in it saying like, I'd love to come see the dog. And she said, do you have any photos? And sent me photos, and they were all facial shots, real close up. And I was like, there's gonna be something wrong with her body. And I went to see her, and it turned out that the girl that I got her from, her dad was really sick, and so they really needed someone to take the dog like that day. And that was not my intention. My intention was just going to see if I liked the dog, and she was kind of in a bad situation there, and so she wanted me to take her that day, and I was like, okay, let me go buy dog food. I literally have nothing in my house for a dog. So I bought dog food, and then I took Goose into my car and brought her home. And then when I got her home, I was like, oh, you have some issues. And that's what that girl didn't tell me. So yeah, it was basically like Tinder for dogs. It was really great. Yeah, back there.
Do you have a favorite piece of advice either from your book or what you personally live by?
Do I have a favorite piece of advice either from my book or that I personally live by? My personal life philosophy is have fun, and it seems so simple, but one of my favorite feelings in the whole world is laughing. Like, I love laughing, and people have told me that I have a very obnoxious laugh when I'm laughing, and I got it from my dad. My dad scream laughs at things that he thinks are really funny, and I used to love watching my dad laugh. Like, it's so great. So yeah, as long as I'm having fun and I'm laughing, I think then everything is figure-outable. Yeah. Oh, 2 more from the back. I got questions written down on a piece of paper. Ooh, this is from James. Yep, okay. Who is most different from YouTube personality from, so who on YouTube is most different in real life than online? This is a really good question. Who is most different? Well, Miranda sings. First time I met her, I was like, what? No, Colleen is amazing, and Miranda sings is, God, it's so good, it makes me angry, because I wish I had thought of it. It's so good, I love it. So definitely her, but on like a personal level of someone that's not playing a character, I would say, I met the guys I met Smosh a few months ago when I did a small thing in their movie that they have coming out, and they're very over the top in their videos, and they're just really chill and nice and sweet in real life. So they're definitely a little different, but they're very, very nice humans. Okay, and this will be the last question. Lauren. Cool. What's your advice for picking up and moving to a new city? She just left LA to move here 2 weeks ago. Oh, advice for picking up and moving to a new city. Oh, yeah, I think picking up and moving to a new city is, you really have to be open-minded, and you really have to, I think, force yourself out of your comfort zone when you get to a new city. Really kind of force yourself to meet new people and to see new things. And it's so much easier said than done. You're like, I'll just move there and then I'll meet people and see things. And then you get Wi-Fi in your apartment. You're like, I'm never leaving this place. But I really think it's really important to have real life experiences, especially when you live in cities. Cities are there's so much energy and there's so many people and there's so much stuff to do that I would say just do things when you move to a new city. At least some. There's one really great piece of advice I've gotten over the years about traveling, and it's in the book, is that someone that I travel with a bunch told me that their philosophy was no matter where they travel or no matter how long they're going to be in that place, they always go out the first night, no matter how late they get in, because you just never know what's going to happen in life. You never know if you're going to wake up with food poisoning or you have to go home for some reason. So if you have that night, always go out the first night. You can stay in as much as you want the rest, but always try to go out the first night. So I think in moving, always try and do stuff when you get there. And then if you're like, this sucks, at least you did it. Now you can stay in and use your Wi-Fi. Okay, thank you guys for your questions. We will start doing some selfies and some signing. I'm very good at taking selfies. Yeah, these arms are not just for flailing, they're for photos. So if you guys have your phones set, we're going to take a bunch of selfies, I'll sign some stuff, and we'll hang out. Thank you.